So hi, I'm T from Sphere, and welcome to this tutorial, which I called Basic Tutorial Part 2. So in the first part I was just explaining really the basics of Max. Now we can go a little bit deeper, especially about modeling, and I will also explain some tools which will speed up your workflow and stuff like that. So there are some rules if you start to model something in Max, like you should use a real-world scale. This means that you will not use the max generic units, but you will use metric units. Now, I usually start with the generic units because by this tutorial I don't need some metric units there. So I'm doing just the models like the scale, so the ratio of the model will be always good. Now, when you start to do some model in Max, you should decide first like which technique you will use. You will use the modeling from a primitive, polymodeling, or modeling from a spline. It depends like what model you do and what suits to you more. I'm usually starting or always starting from some basic shape from here and using polymodeling, but if suits more to you shapes, you can start from the spline. It's just up to you, but you have to decide like from what primitive you should start. Like if I want to do a sword, I will not start from a box but from a cylinder. Same is like for a cup maybe. So you should start to use the right model. You should always keep turning on the wires to see how the shape is looking. You should always try to make your polys just to be quad and not triangles or more than quad. Sometimes the triangles have to be there, but usually they're making mass to your model, so try to be aware of them. Now, you should also decide what modifier you will use after. It's like you will use just a smooth modifier to keep the polys low, or you will keep the subdivision there. It depends, because if you try to use just the subdivision, you don't have to chamfer the edges so much. But if you want to use the smooth modifier, you have to do double or triple chamfers, and you have to do them all the time. So it's good to decide what modifier we will use, because if you do triple chamfer here, I can demonstrate. I will just convert this to poly. Select this to poly control edge to select the edges here, and if you do a triple chamfer or just a double, just like this, it will keep more the shape than if you just use one chamfer. So I will just use one here, and if I will now set up the subdivision, now this can look a little bit like harder than this bottom part, because I have here more polys, and for subdivision sometimes less is more. But if I will use the smooth modifier here, this top part will be looking better, more round than this bottom part. So there is the difference between these techniques. If you want to do a low poly or middle poly model, you will usually use just a smooth modifier subdivision, just one. But if you want to do high poly model really smooth with no defects there, you will use subdivision but with higher relation. So maybe 2 or 3. So far I will delete this. So you should decide from what you want to start. When you want to start polymodeling, you have the standard primitives, extended primitives, then some compound objects, which I will explain something here in a while. And you should use some tools which will speed up your workflow. Like one of them is Layer Manager. What this do is actually the same like in Photoshop. You have your layers. Now we have just a default layer. So if I create an object, it will go here in my default layer, because here's a sign that all new objects will be created here. Now I will start a new primitive and create a new layer. In the new layer, automatically will go the objects which are selected. And now, if you have a big scene with a lot of objects, a lot of poly, and you just want to divide it in some selections, like you have an interior and you have furniture, bedroom and lights or something like that, you can hide the stuff from this panel here. So it will not interact in your scene, so you can just easily model this and then turn it back on, because yeah, you can hide the box just by right clicking and hide selection, but if you have a lot of models there, it's much easier to use the layer manager, and I recommend you to get more practice with this, and you will see it will help you a lot if you have a lot of objects in one max scene. The next is align. Like, what it do with what it says. Like, I want to align this object to the center of this object, so I can try to move it all around and try to move it inside, like in the middle, but I will never do the same effect like with this tool. So just click here and I will adjust the settings, and in a few seconds it's absolutely in the middle of my object. This is very useful when you create some objects which should rotate around something. I will convert this to poly, select these two edges, connect them, so I will create one more, and extrude. I'll extrude it, then I will extrude this and this. You can now see that the model is forming to something what we want, and you can also see that the gizmo of this model is still in the middle of the first shape which we created, so it was a box. Now usually you want to keep this in the center of the object which you are creating, so here we have like more difficult shape, and if I want to rotate this, I will rotate it still in this position. So I will go here to hierarchy and effect pivot and center to the object. So it will be rotating now like this. Now why I'm showing this is because when I would like to rotate this sphere around this object exactly from the middle, I will use the same align tool, but before I will affect the pivot, align to this, and with the settings here it will align to the center of this object. So now if I would like to rotate this, it will go just around this basic shape which I created. So it's very useful to use this align if you want to place something in some position or stuff like that. Now the next useful button here is mirror. You can mirror anything you would like in different axes, and you can check your instance. Like, what this means is that if I change something on my model here, let's say I will delete this poly, it will appear also on my second model. So if you do some shape which is symmetric and at the one half is some detail which is complicated to do, you can cut it in half, use instance, and just model it like this. It's very useful, trust me. Now for rotating, I always recommend to turn this on. It's angle snap. With right click you can go in the settings and set up the angle. So if you want to rotate exactly something around 90 degrees, you will just go now 5 degrees. Each turning is 5 degrees, and you will see how much you're rotating. So it's useful to know and to turn this on and to use this also. So I will delete this so far. And now I thought I will explain something from here. So usually I use just the shape merge tool. What it does is that if you create an object, let's say a box, and on the top you need a circle, you will create from a spline a circle. You will create a box. Now I'll place the circle above the box. Here, I will convert this to poly. Go to shape merge and pick your shape. Okay, it's not. Oops. Doesn't matter. But you can see that it covers the box where the spline is covering it. So it's create the shape of a circle on the box. It's very useful when you have a shape like this and you need to do here a button, and the best is to use the shape merge, then edit this shape here, then to use boolean. Because boolean does, like, I don't know if you know boolean geometry, but it's like AND or XOR and stuff like this. So if I will create a cylinder here, or sphere, it doesn't matter. No, it matters. So let's just create a cylinder. It will go up, and I want a hole like this cylinder. I will go here, boolean, pick operand, and select this, and it will create me a hole. Now, usually this boolean modifier is not working like it should. This very simple object, it probably will work properly, but usually if you have more complicated object, it will never work like it should. So I'm not using this much. Maybe it's because I wasn't using it before in Max. Maybe now it's a little bit better than before, but I really usually create just the shape merge, because if you want to do just the shape on this object and edit the shape, you can do it with boolean. Now, next useful tool is Loft. I will show you quick how. I will do an n-gon here with, I don't know, 20 sides. So I will do one like this, and the second like, no, not like this. I will create a star now with the same sides, so 20. And now I will create a line from some view. I think this one will be fine. So just a straight line. Let's go back to perspective. Okay. I will select my n-gon here. Go here, press Loft, and get shape. Now I will have here a cylinder. It depends what I choose at the beginning, like how the line is big and stuff like that. And now when I go with the path, I don't know, to 50, it should be somewhere here in the middle, I can go again, get shape, and select this one. Oops, my bad, get path. Yep. So I was going too much, so let's just go, I don't know, 20. Let's try this. Now it's transforming everything. Oops. No, I think it's pity that I can't see the shape. It doesn't matter now. What I wanted to show is that with Loft you can create shapes which are made from different objects. Like here you have this cylinder, then you have this shape. So I will create from the circle and the line this kind of shape, like a cylinder. I will move the path, and actually I don't understand why the shape is not transforming right now. Probably I did a mistake, so I will try it quick again. It will be the best, I think. So let's go back to here, Loft, and I don't know now if it's get path or get shape. I can't remember. No, it was good part. So it was my bad at the beginning. Yeah, this is actually much better. And now I'll go. Can go here and do it from here. And okay, good shape. Yeah, it's hard to see. I will move this to 50. Again, put the shape. As you can see, I moved this to 50. It's somewhere here or there. I can see it now. And yeah, it's here. And I got the shape from this. So like this, you can do like complicated shapes very easily, like screwdrivers or something like this. So it's a very useful tool, but you don't have to forget about this. So it was the next modifier here. Now you have here a lot of more objects like the particle systems, some foliage I think is here and stuff like this. Now the next thing you should remember are lights. If you want to render a really nice render, you have to use photometric lights because they're simulating the physics, right? And if you want to do just a simple render, just standard light and put them there. So when you use photometric lights, yes, you should use shadows, which are ray traced shadows. So don't forget about this too. Now, if you model something really complicated, you should use always a reference. Now, we'll use the reference to make a bulb. We'll do it with splines, then with polymodeling, and after we'll do again do it with polymodeling, but different technique. So I will place my reference here. So I will draw a plane here. I will go press M to go to the editor, select some free slot, change it to standard because we don't need anything more. Go to diffuse, bitmap, and I will select my bulb. Place it here. Now, before I do anything else, I should remember these, because this is the ratio of my bulb. I should apply these settings also to my plane. So it should be like 60. I will divide it by 10 and 30.5. I will turn this on to see it in my view. I will go right click on move tool, and it's telling me that it's in the middle, which is cool. I'll go to properties of this, freeze it, and uncheck this. Let's go to front view, no, top view, and it's for sure not in the middle. I don't know why it was telling me that's in the middle. So now you're going to model this bulb with splines. So with splines, I don't know, if you have some experience with vectors from Photoshop or Corel, you know that for creating a circle you need just 4 points. So we'll use the same technique also here. I will draw a line. I will do just a half of this bulb. So we'll draw a very rough shape of my bulb here, because it doesn't matter right now how it will be looking. I will edit this in a moment and connect it back and close the spline. I will convert this spline to editable spline and go here, check here the vertex, and I will move all the points and make me some key points from the bulb. Can keep, I think, this here. Just move them to match or shape, but they are still just the key points of my bulb. So you can move them anytime and stuff like that. So spline modeling is very useful when you do a symmetric object. It means that you will create just a half from a slice of the object and then apply a modifier, and it will create your object, which we will see in a moment. Now I have still two less vertex here, so I will inset more. I will refine them. So we'll create one here, 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 here. I can create one here, and now I will do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, one more, one more. Now let's move them to match the shape a little bit more. So it'll be still looking a little bit strange, but more and more like the shape of the bulb. Oops. So I'll move one here, and one in the center of this. The same I will do here, and the same here. Now you can create more points. You will understand why later, because this tutorial should be about creating this bulb, but about showing you the technique. I will not do it like absolutely perfect. I will anyway try to do it very nice, but you can apply more points to make it much more nicer. Now, I have enough points in my model, so I will select them. I can Control A and deselect these corners here. Now, right click and Bezier corner. Now the Bezier corner is simulating something like a Bezier and a corner. So you have freedom of adjusting the vertex like a vector. So I will adjust everything to make it round. You should always keep by your reference, but not like you going to do a copy-paste model. So in your model should be also some like originality from you. So don't be like upset if it's not absolutely like the reference. It's better than it's nice and without any defects than like a copy of the original model but with defects in the model. This we can make like this. Now we will adjust this a little bit. This here. So we will just create our shape how we wish to will be looking. So it's just up to you how it will be looking at the end. Just remember to keep it smooth. And if you like your model, it's the important thing by this. Now, as you can see, now I'm just moving the controls of my Bezier here and adjusting this to the model and to the reference. So this takes a little bit time. Maybe someone will tell like the polymodeling is much faster. I don't think so by this kind of model. So, but I will prefer also to do it with polymodeling just. But this is about to show just some advantage of these modeling techniques. They are both good. Some people are using that or that technique, so it depends. It depends a lot about the people. So I think I will be almost finished with this. Just make here some more round corners. Now sometimes you will see that the control don't want to move. Just try to click on the gizmo here and it should try to work. Okay, I will turn this off and check. Okay, this is too sharp. I will make this bigger both ways. It's better. So I will just now quick fix something which I don't like. Okay, I think it's fine. So I have the shape of my bulb. And I will apply a modifier. So let's go to the modifier list and search for latte. So latte. And okay, what's going on? It's not looking like the bulb, it's looking very strange. No, why it is? Because the center of our shape is here, and we need to put the center here down. So the only thing which we do is affect pivot, and we will do it manually. So let's go absolutely down here, zoom on it, and place it here. Now again, let's apply the modifier from the list. And yeah, it's much more looking like a bulb from the reference. Now we can put there more sides, like 24. We can experiment with this, but the mesh should be okay. We can go to perspective and rotate, and it's looking fine. And now we will apply modifier. We can apply smooth. We can try to apply smooth modifier. It's better than before, you see. But I will prefer to a model like this apply mesh smooth or turbo smooth. So we can use this with maybe 2. And if we bring absolutely smooth, and it's what we wanted to achieve by this. Now, do you see this is, oops, let's go to top. Now, why this is causing is cause a shape. You see? This is causing this, so you can fix it or leave it like me, or convert to Bezier. Now, if you convert it to Bezier, most of the strange shapes will disappear. And it will be much more smoother. So it depends how you do the model. So we can fix this here, because I don't want to render it like this. So we'll convert this to Bezier, just Bezier, not Bezier corner. Now, because my reference, I don't see it like absolutely right, so I will go here and check it. Now it looks much more better. Maybe here we should make it a little bit more smoother. Here we can go a little bit more up and just adjust it that will be looking better. We can turn this off, turn this on, and look. Yeah, it helped. So first of our bulb is ready. We can rename it to bulb spline, and if we will spend more time to adjust the vertex and stuff like that, I'm sure the effect will be better like this, and you can see the advantage of this technique, because when you really want to do a symmetric object like a cup or a wine cup, it's much more easier to do it with the spline than with polymodeling. Now let's go for the polymodeling. Back to our shape, because I like this modeling technique much more. Maybe it will be more quicker. So I will create here a cylinder. I'll rotate it by 90 degrees. Press Alt X to see through the model. And I think I will make it a little bit smaller, just a little bit. Like 7.3. Yep, like this. Can keep this to 1 and keep the sides by 80. Now I will convert this to poly and let's start. I will select just the bottom polygon, and I will mostly use just the bevel tool with the mouse. Let's form our shape. So I'll Alt X this back. Okay, sorry. I'll change the color of this because I know I like more gray. And okay, let's go again. Press F4. Oops. Now we don't need these sides here, the height. So we'll loop it. Backspace to delete them. And just select our vertex backspace, select the rest of them, backspace. Okay, so back to the bottom poly, and now the bevel. Now we will do everything with our mouse here, so we'll just drag it away and then go inside and try to form our shape with the mouse. Of course, with using the keyboard it will be more accurate and more precise, but I think we are fine just with the mouse. So I'm creating the details of the bulb just by using the mouse and the bevel tool. The bevel tool is very useful, as you can see. You can just create what you want, just clicking with the mouse and stuff like that. So this will be probably more faster than the spline modeling. But it wasn't like to show you that the spline modeling is slower. It was about to show you that the spline modeling is very useful tool for someone which do a symmetric object. I'll go more inside here and try to model this shape. Slowly just beveling. I'm focusing on the right side of my reference. I'm not looking on the left. Probably from one side it will be better than from the other side. And at the end I will just do a clear render because I don't want to focus in this part about the rendering, just about the modeling. I will stop here. Now I will select this edge, loop it, and press backspace. Now I will select the vertex in the line, backspace again. Because I think I shouldn't do it like that, like with two bevels. I will select also this one. I will go to front, I think, and scale this a little bit. Let's go to top. Yeah, too much. Like this. So okay, I scaled that. Now let's go to the bottom. So still this poly should be selected. I'll go to perspective and inset this. Oops. I will use, I think, just manual settings for this. Like this. Now I will go to front, top, Z to zoom. And again I will use the bevel tool. Okay, let's go a little bit more away. Now I can't select it like this, so I'll use the keyboard. I'm in the manual settings. And now I will go more inside. Like this, control vertex and collapse them. Now select this edge, ring it. Okay, it's not working, so select all edges here, connect them, so you will get some extra edge, and scale them away to form the shape. Now let's go to perspective, and I need to chamfer some edges here. So I will select this edge and this edge, loop them, and use the chamfer tool. So remember, you should never have hard edges on your model. Always chamfer them. So like this. I think this we can keep like this, and let's go to this part. Let's go again to top view. We can Z to zoom on it. We can go away. Yep. And we will do the bevel from here. Now again I will focus on the right side of the picture. I will try to go with the reference there. Okay. Let's go a little bit back. And on the top. Okay, one more, like this. Control vertex again, so we will select all vertex around the poly, collapse them. Again, let's select these edges, connect, and scale them a little bit. Now if you think this is too sharp, chamfer them. Try to use the mouse, and now it's more smooth. So we have the second bulb created with the just with the poly modeling. Now let's go to perspective, apply subdivision. You can go with 2, and the bulb is ready. Now here is some difference between this and that. Of course, this is more symmetric like this. But anyway, like I was telling, it also depends how you do it. Like, if you do it right or not. I mean, how much time you will spend on the model and so on. Now here we have these parts more sharper, and now these are going like apart from my model. It's caused chamfer, which I didn't apply it. Now I will show it like just here. Yeah, nice. I will select this and this, like chamfer it. I will use a small chamfer. Right. Like this. I will apply the chamfer also here. Okay, I will apply it from here. I will just use a small chamfer. And if I turn this on again, it should be more sharp. Now it's always about how much chamfer you do there and how it will looking after. So we have here 2 bulbs. Now let's go to the 4th one. I thought I will do 3 bulbs. So I will hold down Shift, drag this away, click copy. Now I can turn this off. Like, I don't need it so far. Let's go to top view, and I will delete something for my model, because I could create it again from like step by step, but I think this will be better when I delete. So I will delete this top, and I will delete this shape from this part until here. So I will create something like this. I will go to perspective. Now I will select this top border, cap it. Now I will select this border, cap it, this, cap it. Select this poly, control, select this poly, and bridge. Let's go back to top view. And now I created with bevel just this shape, and I want to do these things here. Like, how to do that? Very easily. We'll just use the basics again. So I will select all edges here, connect them, but not just once, but 3 times. Now I will place them in the middle of this, probably now already. I will chamfer them. I can go like this. Now I will select this edge, this, and this edge here, and ring them. Control poly, and I will go to all polys around. Now I can go to perspective, and now we will use bevel again. We will just go from the keyboard. Now the bevel is a little bit strange now, so we have to change this to local normal, and we will go straight down to 0 so far. So we have to go a little bit away from our model and inside, or we can just do it like this. So, and I think it's too much, but it's fine. So I'll keep this like this, and again I will select these. Oops. So I'll select all edges here around. Also here, here, and back here. Loop them and apply chamfer. I will apply just one chamfer, some big one like this. and I have this shape back like it was before. Now I will not create a bulb like this. I'll create some bulb, I think it's energy saving bulb or something like that. So I unfreeze all and hide this, and I will go just here to my shape. Now before I told, you should use the mirror if you do a model which is symmetric. Now I will create on this model here a cylinder. I will turn on auto grid and place here from some view. Let's try not left view, from front view, no, so from back view, yep. So I will create here a cylinder. Let's say big like this and place it here. Yeah, I will hold down shift and drag this down. Click instance. Now I will use the mirror tool just to show you. I'll go, I don't know. Okay, we need to find, yeah, this should be the right position. I will go somewhere here with my instance again. And from this I will again create an instance. And place it here. Okay, well, let's go to perspective. So we have here our shapes. Oops, it's a little bit too high, so I'll go down. I will select just this one and convert it to poly. Now I'm a little bit afraid that converting to poly disabled my instance everywhere, so I'll do them again. Just a moment. We'll go again to back. First of all, I will just copy this. I will not use instance for this. I will I'll make it unique. Attach this to my model, and now I will do the mirror here. Now I need to find, yeah, this one. So I will go here. Now of course I'm not going to do some, yeah, I hate this. Now I place them back. I'm not going to do anything like difficult, just to show, I will just want to show you the advantage of using it. So I'll select, oops, not this one, but this poly is here, and let's go and extrude it away. And it's not working. I can't believe that I did it wrong. Now, yeah, it's going. Yeah, I used. Sorry for this. It's working, but I used the wrong axis, so I will probably just rotate it and place it back. So I go to back, place it down, just to continue. No, it's like you're trying to show something and it's never working, because it's always like this. The Murphy law. Hold things back, and let's continue. Now I want to do here a loop. Let's say the loop. I want to go from this shape. Oops, I don't see. From this shape here to here. So just a loop. Now how to do it? Very easy. We'll use a function which is called hinge from edge. First of all, select my primary shape. Select all these edges and connect them. Now move them here. I will select this poly, hold down shift and drag it down. Clone to element. Now select these and hinge from edge. Pick a hinge and select this here. Press the 90 here and I don't know, 18 sides. Very easy, huh? Now we can delete this, and we will do the same here. So again, I will go up a little bit, column to element, select this, hinge from edge, pick a hinge, I could go a little bit more, it doesn't matter. Delete it. I will select this and bridge it. Okay, great. So we created this with using the hinge from edge. So with this you can create very easily pipes and stuff like that. You can do here a little bit more detail. So I will select this and this edge, ring them. Wait. I think I selected something wrong or what? Yeah, I think yes. Ring them, control, poly. Now we'll bevel them. Okay. We need to check here local normal. And we'll just change the settings to something which we want. I'll make it like this and drag them back. I will also cut this again by connect. I will extrude this shape inside a little bit. I will chamfer the other edges here. We'll see what it will do. I will chamfer them just a little bit. Yep. I will not chamfer that inside. I'll keep it like this. And I will change the color because I like the gray. And we can look. I can make this unique now. Attach this to this and back to this. And we can turn this on. And we have a nice shape here. Now, you can see a few problems here. Now, the first one is dead, and the second is somewhere here. Now, it's because the chamfer I was doing. Now, you can easily fix stuff like this, just connecting, and I will move it here. I will connect it also from the other side, connect it here, move there, and I will select this one and insert it. I will insert it, I will insert it again, and control, vertex, collapse. Now again, let's try to look if we fixed that, and yes, we did. So, you have to learn also to fix your mistakes. And you will do mistakes, trust me. It happens. It happens all the time. So we created very quickly 3 kind of bulbs. I think I can leave here nothing, like 0, and just tell that if you will be render, go here by 2. The same here, so if it will be rendered, go here by 2. And I will turn this, I will drag this by 2. Now let's go do a clay render. It's something like a VIP render. So I need something on which it will be stand, so I will create a plane. I will do it big enough. I mean 2000s to 2000s. I will turn on show safe frame, change the resolution because I want it a little bit wider, like a widescreen. Select my bulbs, all 3, but not the plane. Move them up. Now let's go to left view, place it in the right position. So this should be like this. I will move this one a little bit here and rotate them. I think I selected both. I will turn this off because I need to rotate like just 1 degree or so. I will go now to perspective just manage to place this like I wish. I'll go here first. Put here just 1 or 0 better. 0 and 1. I think 1. This I will keep by 2 and this 2. So I'll go with this just to make it I don't know, interesting a little. Okay, I don't know if you can make an interesting render from 3 bulbs. Probably now. So I'll just rotate them somehow. And we will see how it will looking now. The clay render is very nice if you do VIP renders or stuff like that. I will place here already a light, so I will go light, I will choose standard and use a skylight. Usually you never have to change the setting here. So I'll just drag this, drag this up. Percent for the editor, I will choose a free slot. Go just standard material. I will copy it 2 times. Drag and drop. Change the name. Default 3 and default 2. Change the color here to almost white. It will be a plain here. This I will make a little bit darker. Maybe this can be more. So we apply this here and this here. Now I will do again some darker color, but change this to composite. Keep the old material and create here a new. Again a standard. Change the color, I don't know. You can leave gray. I will put here black and wire and apply it to this bulb. Now the render setting by this are very easy. Just go to render setup, render, maybe the samples we can go a little bit higher, and final gather 2. And that's all. Just press render and wait until the rendering will be finished. Now it's a little bit too gray because I think the exposure is on here. Yeah, I will turn this off. And let's look again. Yeah, it's more lighter. This is fine. Now bulbs are slowly rendering. As you can see, it was nothing like difficult to do them. Now you can see here we could work more on this shape. Of course, this shape is like smooth and nice. There's nothing bad here. And on this shape you can see all the wires, which is creating turbo smooth. So I can hit cancel now, and we can quickly look on this here. Now I will create a camera. I will create camera from view. Press P for perspective, and I will delete something here. 4 to see. Yeah, I see it. Turn this off. I will select this here, loop it, backspace to delete. I need to delete also the vertex there, so I think I could do it like reverse. Select this, control, vertex, backspace. No, I need first the edges to be deleted, so delete it like this. Now it's pity that, yeah, we have still selected the vertex, so backspace. Now, let's look now. Now, the strange shape disappeared from the top. Almost absolutely. Just one more thing to fix. Is this one here. Maybe I shouldn't collapse it like that. Put it a little bit inside. Maybe a little bit more. turn this off. Yeah, I think it's better here, but here we now have some issue, so I will create again this edge here. For this I need to select everything. Oops. I'll do a connect, and now it should be fine. The camera, this is like this, and render again. Now I hope you learned something from this. I think it's clear to see advantage. Yeah, I forgot to turn this on. Sorry. So again, my speech to the end. So I hope you learned something from here. So I think the advantage of both techniques are like obviously, and I think it's by you to choose one of them. Now you can see this is smooth like it should be. Now the render process is going, and so far I think it's everything for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed that and learned something, and I hope to see you by the next tutorial. So far, bye bye.